Hello everybody! Today we're going to be learning about Tinkercad, and I want to create a 3D printed name tag because my name tag is kind of broken right there. Yeah, it's just being held on by tape. So I want to create a new one for myself, and this is a great and easy project for people who are just beginning. Um, it's not too complicated, so let's get into it. Um, So first is we're going to rename it. On the top left hand side, you can rename your project. I'm going to rename it my name tag. There we go. And next, we want to get a shape onto the platform. So we're going to go down to basic. We're going to go to the right side. It's already on basic shapes. If it isn't, or left click on basic shapes and just go down to it and click on that and you'll be brought up to it. Now we're going to make the basic shape of the name tag. So what we want to do is we want to get kind of a square-like figure, but we don't want to use the box because of the pointed edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down until we see the dice. So we're going to left click and drag it out onto, no, wait, yep, that's the right one. Left click and drag it out onto the workspace, the work plane that they have here. Now the reason I chose this is because you can see all the sides are rounded. This means that it's not going to damage our clothes when we wear it. So, yeah, it's not going to poke you. It's not going to poke your shirt. It's not going to damage your shirt, hopefully. And yeah, everything's going to have a nice beveled edge around it. So, let's see. Let me get out my calipers. And it's about 1.75. My original name tag. I kind of want to model the one I'm making now on screen off of my original name tag, so it's not too much difference. So 1.75, but because 3D printing materials don't do well, it needs a certain thickness. It's not molded plastic, so I want to just make the height of this. We're gonna make this 6 actually. Now there's a point to that. 6 millimeters is a bit thick, but the reason I'm doing this is because on the back side of this, let's see if we can throw up an intro cam. There we go. So the reason I'm doing this is because if you look on the back side, if we don't white out, come here. Yeah, you see this metal strip here. Let's actually add some thickness to it. So just the white part is 1.75, but with the with the plate here, it's about 4. So the reason I'm doing 6 is, first 3 millimeters for this plate, and then for the top plate, and then we're gonna add magnets on the back of ours because I like this one. Has a magnet design. This one's a steel plate, or not? Yeah, steel plate, magnetic. Yeah, not aluminum. Aluminum isn't magnetic, but steel plate on the back of this attracts the magnets, so you don't have to pin it to yourself. Pinning it ruins clothes, ruins everything. So I want to keep that my clothes from being damaged. So the first 3 for The first half of this is going to be 3 millimeters for the magnet, and then the other three is going to be for the design of of the name tag. All right. So now that we got 6 there, let's go for the X and Y axis. So one side of this, oh man, one side of this is 25.5. Okay. So that's the Y. 25.5. Okay. And then the Z axis, the whole thing being measured out. Okay. Yeah, like right there. That is 88.19. We're just gonna say it's 88. All right. So, there we go. There's half of our project. Next, we're gonna grab some text. It's in the basic shapes. You just scroll up until you see text on there. Left click and drag it out onto the field. We're gonna put my name there. And you know what? I'm also gonna change the font. So the font is, everything's being done on this right hand side under shape. You put the text you want, whatever. Then you can go to the font right below it and you can change that. Yeah, let's go for Sans. I like Sans a little bit better than what it was. And since it was 25, I want to make this a height of 10. And since it was 88, let's try for 70? I don't know. We're ballparking this right now. I kind of want a spot where it's within the circle. I want everything to remain in the circle of the die up here. So let's bring this in a bit more. Actually, left click, and I'm gonna left click and select everything. Go up to align, and we're gonna just align it right in the center. Nope, needs a bit more shrinkage. Let's go for 62. Let's go try and align that again. And it's basically whatever you feel is right for you on this. You know what? I'm okay with this right there. Alright. Next, I'm going to drag another text bar out. Left click, drag, and I'm going to put my title there. And we're also going to change that to Sans. And we're going to make this, again, 10. And we're going to make this 62 like the other one. Alright. And I don't care if this one overlaps a little bit. I actually kind of want to spread it out a bit more. Now, the problem with this is, actually, you know what? I do want to spread my name out more. I'm going to click I'm going to select all 3 of them and just align them to the center. And you know what? I want to make library associate technology. I want to make my position a bit bigger. We're gonna center that again. Everything's gonna be centered. All right. Next, I gotta deal with overhang, because these are rounded. The words lie flat on the workspace right now, and the curved part going up doesn't. So you see all these, like, the letters getting right past them. Yeah, I don't want those there. So we're gonna lower the die by 3 to make sure they're dead center. And then, because these stick out way too much, and it wouldn't be a very good name tag if it did that, we're just gonna shrink it down. Yep. Okay, so yep. We want these at least maybe two off the plate, because this one. Okay, so we moved the main piece halfway down, which is 3 millimeters. So we want to add an extra 2 to the words, so it's 5. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do with it. If you wanted to stick out a bit more, you can. That's fine. Heck, right now, if you wanted to, instead of combining them as is, and you can you can do two options right now. You can either combine them as is, and it would be a stick out kind of name tag, so the letters would be pointing out of it, or if you wanted to at this time, you can turn the text. You would have to select both of them one at a time, and on the right hand side is where it says solid. You'd click whole instead, and then you do the same thing with technology. You'd click on that and you'd press whole, and then you'd combine them, and this would cut into the name tag instead of having it on the outside. So let's do this one this way, because I'm too lazy to actually change it back. But if you wanted to do it this way, you can also print it in 2 different colors. So you'd have the layer half of it, you could print half of it, the bottom half, in like white or something, and then you'd put a dark color for the top, so it would stick out like this name tag. It would kind of emulate this kind of texture. So it would do the white. That's basically what they did here. They did it in white. They had a white background, and then on top of that, they did a green. So that'd be fine. This is actually the easiest way to get dual color, because if you did it with this stick up kind of thing and you wanted 2 colors for the name, if you wanted the name to be a different color, you'd have to catch it a lot closer to the end, and you might forget about it. That's the thing when you change colors on your 3D printer, if you wanted to do 2 different things. So I'm gonna, oh wait, no, I'm not gonna do anything with that. Okay, so now that we got that, we have to deal with the back side. Now, I got these cool little magnets. Let's grab this. So I got these cool little magnets. Harbor Freight. They're the standard, like, miniaturized button size. They're 8 millimeters circle diameter. And so, yeah, here's a stack of them. Yeah, you get these really cheap, $2, $3, something like that. Actually, I didn't even think I paid, no, it's less than $3 for this. But, like I said before, this is what we're going to use to attach everything. So, we need to drill in some holes to put the magnets into. So let's start with that. So if I scroll all the way up, on the top right hand side is a cylinder. So we can grab that and pull it out. Now we want to change this to 8 and 8. So that way it's there. I already flipped around the name tag. You can do that by clicking on these these half circle or semicircles with arrows on it. I also want to move it down at half an inch or half a millimeter. Minus, wait, no. Nah. Nope. 3. 3, 5. Yep, okay, so I want to move this down in total 3.5 because I cut in 3 millimeters into it already. I already cut the name in 3 millimeters. So I gotta do a little bit less so that way it doesn't interfere with the text on the other side. So now that I got this one hole or cylinder, I want to talk about the sides. So right now, if you look at from the top down, you can see this is not an actual cylinder, but a circle made of lines. It's not an actual circle. They do this because the calculations needed to actually do a perfect circle, basically it's impossible to do on this type of software, web-based. It's too advanced. It's too you're not going to get it. The website will crash and everything, but your printer is probably not that great either at dealing with circles because all it is motors moving in a linear X, Y, and Z axis for the most part. If you got something better and more advanced, great for you. But for most of the printers out there, they only do lines basically. So all your circles and everything are basically emulated circles and lines for 3D printing. So in order to make this a little bit smoother and add more lines, on the top right, once the cylinder is selected, you see the sides button. So we can go down all the way, and there's 12 sides now to this cylinder, or we can go pull it all the way up, and it almost looks like a perfect circle, but there's 64 sides to it. So once we got that, we can copy this because I want to have 3 magnets on it to hold it. So select the cylinder, copy, and we want to paste this twice. There we go. Now we want to align them basically kind of the same on both sides. In order to do this, we're going to select 2 of them. We're going to hit align. We're just going to make them, same thing. Then we're going to grab one of them and move it to the left. We're going to do minus 25. All right, that's great. Next, we're going to do the other side. So I want to select the one that we want to do, and also left click and drag and select the middle one. Now, when you align something both objects go to the center of each other, go towards each other equal distant in both ways it's going. So if I do this and hit a line, they're going to move to where that shadow is. But I don't want the middle one to move at all because it's already aligned perfectly with the cylinder on the left where I want it to be, 25 millimeters that way. So what I want to do is click on the cylinder right here, and that will align this cylinder over to this one. You can select a point, a fixed point, or a fixed object. You want the object to be fixed and everything move to that one by that. So we want to hit the center, and we also want to center it, the X and Y axis. Click off. They're now both in the same spot. Click on one of them. Don't care which one. They're both in the same spot right now. And we want to move it 25 the other way. All right. Next, you want to group these guys up. Nope. We want to group these guys up. There we go. And then we can move this. So that's one group now. The reason we did that is when we move it onto the name tag, we want it to be all in one, so it'll center everything perfectly. So I want to click and drag, select them both. I want to align them, and we're gonna align it there and there, and that's good enough. Before we group them up, I want to copy this because I'm gonna have to. We're gonna make the back plate as well, and we're gonna use the same template. So I'm gonna go to the left side, copy, paste, and it pastes that whole group, not just the one shape. So let's grab that. Let's group them together. There we go. Let's raise this up. And as you can see right there, the holes are in. We're good. All right. I'm going to rotate it back around. Oh, no, wait. Actually, no, we're not going to rotate it back around. Because when I do the back plate, I want to check it off. So, for the back plate, we're going to grab the same, the dice. And we're going to kind of eyeball it here. We're going to go for, again, we're probably going to go for 6. We're going to go for 5, actually. 5 with the length. No! Okay, so my mouse has kind of a thing where if you click on the center button in any way, shape, or form, left or right, it just freaks out. So I just want to make it so... Okay, so I'm grabbing the 3 cutouts. We're going to align the back plate to this. So I just want them so that way they are... you know what? What did I put the other one at? 25 or something? 25, 50. Okay, so we're gonna make this 20. And we're gonna align this. Doop, doop. And you know what? We'll make it shorter because I want... No, we won't. Actually, yeah, we will. And I'm gonna align it again. Yep, and I just made it so these are kind of on that one, on the die, it's got a flat side, and this circle is the flat side, as you can see. That circle, that oval, is going to be what's going to be flat. So I want to keep the cutouts on that. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3 down. And then we're going to select them both. And we're going to group them up together. And if I were to bring this back up, they should match perfectly like that. So the holes are going to be the same in the same spot. Alright. So now that we got both of these things together, I'm going to place them in a way where it'll print out the best. So if you were to do these, I would recommend having a separate Tinkercad file for the backplate if you do this, because it'll print out both of these shapes in one STL file. You can't separate these once you export them like this. There's no way to change it. When you export it, it's all going to be... oh, wait, yes you can. You'd have to select each one of these and you can... Cool. I actually like this. This is a new feature that I've learned about right now. Pretty cool. So you can just choose the selected shape, STL. So I've selected the base plate, or the name tag, not the base plate. So I got... This is in 3D Viewer from Windows. And it looks like it's just that. So, okay. I actually don't mind getting doing it all in one, because you can actually separate them. Before, you could only print out one STL file. So it's a new feature from Tinkercad I didn't know about. So I would recommend, if you're going to be printing these, print them out one at a time. So that way you can swap out halfway and make this make the bottom half a different color. So again, you can have a dark color on top and the letters will be white, so it'll pop. This type of thing is great if you're a startup company and you don't have really good, you can't spend money on name tags and all this other stuff, and it's just something that makes you look a little bit more official, even if you don't have the money to actually do it. So alright. Is there anything else I want to say? No. That's about it. We did this project really fast. So, if you have any questions, concerns, comments that you want to leave, leave it below. Watch my videos, I guess. I don't know how to say. Subscribe, like, and I'm going to be putting out how to do this in Fusion 360 for a little bit more of a premium look, because Tinkercad can only get you so far. But hey, we're done. You got it. So, have a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning, whatever you want to whenever you want to watch this. And I hope you learned something from this. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time. Bye.